Hi, everyone. I am Linda Wellbrock, the CEO and founder of Leading Women Entrepreneurs and the New Jersey Force for Change Awards. And we have such a dynamic guest with us today. He is a serial entrepreneur, and I can't wait to share his really exciting and inspirational story with all of you. Welcome, Michael Dermer, and congratulations on being a Force for Change honoree in the category of entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much, Linda. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michael, tell me a little bit about the genesis of the Lonely Entrepreneur.
It was interesting that I left a law career to start what got to be known as the first company in the United States to reward people for being healthy. Brand new concept in healthcare. For 5 years, we battled and scrapped and clawed and tried to convince the healthcare industry to use reward programs. Finally, after 7-8 years, we had broken through. So from 2006 to 2008, we grew like crazy, 500 employees. We had, made it. Venture capital backed at that point, and literally almost got destroyed overnight by the financial crisis of 2008. All of our clients were the biggest companies in America. So we spent the next 2 or 3 years battling and scrapping and clawing, and we were fortunate enough to kind of stabilize our business and grow again. And then on the other end of the financial crisis, there was all this interest in healthcare. So we got approached by a bunch of investment bankers and got bought. And it was a wild journey. After going through that journey and literally just taking stock after I had sold my company, I was just helping entrepreneurs for fun. And one of them said to me, being an entrepreneur is really lonely. And I was like, that's a thing. And said, wow, having been fortunate enough to sell a company, what would be a better way than to wake up every day and try to help, as we say, help people actually turn their passion to a success. And that's how the Lonely Entrepreneur got started.
I love it. There's so many points of that story that just resonate with me and excite me. I think that, this whole entire platform is built on recognizing entrepreneurs who have made it, because the statistics are really against entrepreneurs. We know that journey is not only lonely, but extremely hard. So I applaud you first for building a successful company. And then I am just excited that you have spent a significant amount of time turning your passion into really dedicating your life to helping other entrepreneurs reach that success. So,
it's interesting, Linda, because I think we talk about how important entrepreneurism is, but we basically threw people out in the middle of the desert without a map and said, figure it out. And now, obviously, like you said, the success rates, and I felt we really had an obligation to fix that in some way.
Well, thank you for that, because I also believe, as we'll get on to longer into the interview, that not only do we have an obligation to do that, but a responsibility. And I'm a believer that entrepreneurship is going to solve the world's problems. So talk to me about the Lonely Entrepreneur and how the tools within it can actually help passionate entrepreneurs succeed.
When I was looking at the challenges that entrepreneurs face, and I said, okay, what do people really need? And don't get me wrong, it's helpful when somebody sits with somebody like you, Linda, or somebody like me, or many of the other terrific coaches out there one-on-one, or has a mentor here and there. But what we really thought was, wow, entrepreneurs have to go all over the place to try to figure out what to do, right? And they don't have a consistent place to go. And frankly, not everybody is in an incubator or an accelerator or in a workspace, right? There's a woman, right, in Teaneck right now who's thinking about starting a business, and somebody in corporate America that says, hey, wow, I really want to do something on my own. So we took a step back and said, okay, how do we really help people at scale with what they really need? And so we built, as you know, this thing called the Lonely Entrepreneur Learning Community, which is designed to be this one-stop shop for a lot of the knowledge and tools and support that entrepreneurs need. So it's 300 learning modules, and it covers business and personal issues, and it's got business plan templates and reviews of the top vendors you need, and then support in the form of online community and coaching where people can get answers to their questions. And our real place in the world is to say, sure, it would be great if somebody could be one-on-one with somebody like you, Linda. But think about all the people there across the world and across the state of New Jersey, of course, that need access to this stuff. So how can we get stuff in their hands quickly? And obviously, by using today's technology, we can do that. So that's the primary thing we do at Lonely Entrepreneur.
It's so important. I know that. I mean, the name says it all. It is the loneliest journey out there. And I know with being quarantined now, this is sort of even hyper accelerated, because if you didn't have access to people that could help you, now where do you go when you're sitting by yourself in the middle of a pandemic? So your trend in building this for the last 6 years, I mean, this is perfect timing to give men and women the resources that they need. So tell us a little bit about the nonprofit and your idea of launching the New Jersey Entrepreneurship Initiative.
Well, I think that, it's interesting about what you said, Linda, about us being at home now, but even, people sitting next to each other at Starbucks back in the day, like they're all sitting next to each other, struggling with the same problems, right? So even when people are together, our whole thing behind our 501c3 is that there are so many organizations out there that are looking to empower entrepreneurs, right? There's banks and credit card companies and law firms and all the firms like AWS that all want to help. And especially in light of what's going on now, everybody wants to help. And we've got this great platform that entrepreneurs want, but a lot of times when they come to us on our for-profit side of the business, it costs $99 a month, they can't afford it. And so what our nonprofit does is really works with the corporate and the philanthropic community and says, listen, you want to help entrepreneurs as much as anyone. Wouldn't it be great if you could sponsor a certain number of entrepreneurs into the platform, and instead of it costing $1,200 a month, it costs a sponsor $100 an entrepreneur. And so we do that. And now super excited about, because I grew up in Freehold and my company was in Lyndhurst. I'm a New Jersey guy, even though I live in New York City, to roll out the New Jersey Entrepreneur Initiative, where we're basically really challenging the corporate and philanthropic community within the state to say, listen, now more than ever, New Jersey entrepreneurs need your help. And so our goal is to empower 10,000 entrepreneurs across the state of New Jersey by providing them with free access to the learning community, and are working, actively with a lot of the, corporate partners and philanthropic partners out there to make that happen.
And I am so excited to be partnered with you on this initiative as your ambassador, and under your leadership. I just was immediately inspired by your vision and your story and this comprehensive community that you have created over the past 6 years that I think now more than ever we're going to need, right? I mean, I remember back in 2009 when Hurricane Sandy hit and the recession hit, and it's sort of the same place that I felt entrepreneurship, whether you wanted to be a business owner or not, you were really going to have to sort of think about it because there were so few jobs, right? Yep. And so now we're in the same place with unemployment being at record high levels. So I think that, if someone has an idea, this is a place they can come to. And we are looking for the corporate partners who believe in the power of entrepreneurship and who also believe in the power of diversity and leadership, because this tool is going to be applied to so many different diverse communities. Go ahead.
And I think, Linda, to your point, there are so many diverse communities out there that are struggling. And if you think about a lot of the issues that we're struggling with as a society on the social justice side, a lot of those issues are economic, right? And not empowering the Black community with the resources that they need through the educational system and the capital system. So our thing is like, wow, let's get something in their hands right away. If the public school system isn't doing what it should be doing, and we're trying to fix that, but that's going to take years and years to do, we absolutely have to work on that. But can't we get something into the hands of a young Black 16-year-old that maybe not be doing great in school, but has graphic design skills, right? And so, our whole thing is that this runs, far and deep across, the communities of New Jersey, but also into a lot of the economic issues that are affecting the Black community as well.
It's really going to be a platform that impacts so many. And I'm so excited to be aligned. If someone wants to be involved with this, Michael, what is the best step for them to move forward, either as a corporation or as an entrepreneur or, a leader that, is aligned with what we've just talked about? How can they reach out to us?
Yeah, thank you. Pretty simple. It's just lonelyentrepreneur.com/NJEI, which is New Jersey Entrepreneur Initiative. So lonelyentrepreneur.com/NJEI. If you're an individual entrepreneur, you can request access to the platform. In addition to that, obviously, corporate sponsors can come on there and learn more about how they can participate. One of the things that we really tried to do is we tried to set it up for sponsors that they can do, as little as $5,000 all the way up to $1 million, just based on the number of entrepreneurs that they want to support and the type of entrepreneurs they want to support. So many people want to give back, but they want to be able to give back in a way that has a real impact. And us being able to get people things in their hands and track what people are doing and be with them every day and helping them. So just lonelyentrepreneur.com/NJEI.
Fantastic. Well, so we're going to ask you one last question, Michael, because I know that this pandemic has brought out lots of different things for all of us. So is there one thing that has helped you daily get through this pandemic? And if so, what is that?
It's really interesting, Linda. What happened in 2008 to us was incredibly dramatic. We watched the company literally get cut in half overnight. And now we're experiencing that, not ourselves, but through all of the entrepreneurs in our community that we serve. So honestly, what gets us through this every day is exactly the reason it existed, which is their passion. When you're on the other end of a Zoom call or on these weekly coaching calls with people, and you can just tell there's a pit in their stomach and there's tears in their eyes, and there's like, the whole thing is like, this is what we're there for, right? So what really inspires us every single day is that there's, as you know, think about it. If you get on a Peloton, right, and you're like, this is going to be a hard ride, but a half hour before you just won your biggest deal, or a half hour before you lost your biggest customer, it's almost like you don't even realize you're pedaling, right? Because that energy and that passion and that belief in what you have makes your blood boil, either in a good way or a bad way. And we feel that in a palpable way every single day with all the people who are interacting. So that's, I know it's cliche, but that's what really kind of inspires us, is the inspiration of the people that are trying to get from point A to point B.
I love it. And I can totally resonate with that message. I think that entrepreneurs in general, they have this undefinable drive. Yep. And it's so refreshing to see how what you've created is going to take that drive and put it into fourth gear and have more success stories out there like you were blessed enough to experience. So thank you for your hard work and your dedication to this community that I'm very passionate about as well. I'm thrilled to be partnered with you and your team on the New Jersey Entrepreneurship Initiative. We also have some amazing ambassadors that if you go to the lonelyentrepreneur.com/NJEI, you can read about our diverse thought leaders of ambassadors that we're just so proud to be working with. So again, congratulations on being a Force for Change honoree in the category of entrepreneurship. And we can't wait to change the world and make a Jersey strong again through entrepreneurship.
Well, thank you, Linda, so much. It's a pleasure to work with you and be a partner with you on this. And certainly the Force for Change is truly an honor. The work that you've done in the state of New Jersey and the other recipients are obviously some of the most prevalent and successful people in the state of New Jersey. So it's an honor to be amongst that group and an honor to be partnered with you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we can't wait to celebrate you on November 8th.
Look forward to it.
Michael. See ya.
Thank you.